Well, hello, Taurus. Welcome to my table. My name is Toni, and this is the Taurus Twin Flame Forecast for Virgo season. So, hello to you if you are a returning subscriber, and welcome to my table. If you are brand new here, I am so glad that you found me. So, we are just going to create a sacred container by welcoming in and inviting our higher selves, as well as calling upon Christic consciousness. Please join us at the table. We are going to command our sovereignty in this time, dimension, place, and space, and we're going to disinvite and disallow all beings, energies, and entities of less than Christic consciousness. And now we're going to set our intentions by calling forth in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. We invite in our angels, ancestors, guardians, and guides, guardians of the four corners, mother of the earth, father of the sky, sacred ones. We call upon you and we welcome you here now. We ask you to please be present with us. Please help us to understand and to interpret these messages to the best of our knowledge as we receive them. Thank you. All right, Taurus, let's see what's going on with you and your twin flame. Just as a quick reminder, when I refer to divine feminine and divine masculine, divine means holy, feminine and masculine do not refer to one specific gender. This could be for you, Taurus, or you could be a cross watcher, and Taurus could be your twin flame. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, Taurus, we're going to start with you by looking at the romance angels. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guides, what is the energy surrounding Taurus during Virgo season? What do we need to know about Taurus and the energy they bring to their twin flame relationship this Virgo season, please? Spirit, what's going on with Taurus? Thank you. Children. And now this is always a fun card to get. It says your love life is being affected by children. So doesn't necessarily mean your kids are causing a problem or their children are causing a problem. There's a couple things this can mean. Yes, your children could be an issue. They could be getting between you and your twin and causing actual problems, or it could be that you want to have twin kids, or your twin wants to have children and you or your twin doesn't want to. The other one doesn't want to. This could be a problem. The other issue I often see when children comes up, so like I said, your kids desire to have children. One of you could be acting childish. One of you could be acting very immature. And since this landed on your side, Taurus, it could be you. You could be acting a little immature, acting, not seeing things very adult-like, so to speak. And then the other thing is about child. When child comes up, what do children love more than anything else in this world? They love to play. And so a lot of times when this children card comes up, to me, it means either you're being immature and acting childish, or you need to go play. So let's find out. Let's see what the rest of this reading says. But one of those messages, I guarantee you felt there, Taurus. You probably knew exactly which one that was for you. Okay, so let's look at the Lover's Oracle for your twin. I don't know why I keep putting the box back on this one, because I use it for all of the zodiac this month. And every single one, every single video, if you go and look so far, I have trouble opening this box. Just leave it off. Just leave it off, Toni. Ooh, girl. There we go. We're just going to say it just like that. There we go. All right, here we go. Angels, ancestors, guardians, guys, tell me about... Well, Spirit was like, oh, you want me to tell you? Oh, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to spill the tea, girl. Tell me about Taurus's twin flame. What do we need to know about Taurus's twin flame this Virgo season? What do we need to know about Taurus's twin flame? All right, you got two, and I'm not going to take the one that landed on the ground. All right, there we go. So, wow, pretty. First thing I noticed right off the bat, both of these pictures, look, see, he's a couple in both of these. Now, just so you understand, this deck is not like that. Like, see how the very next card had a tree on it? So, not every picture is a couple. So, it's cool that you got two cards for your partner, and they both have couples. So, let's start with this one. Called it. I told you it was about playfulness, because what does this card say? Playfulness. It says, laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. And power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and so you have the power to say no or walk away at any time. And so the first message here for your twin is that you two need to go have fun. The biggest problem if there is any issue between the two of you, is that you are not enjoying life enough. You're not having enough pleasure. You're not having enough play. On that note, let me just say something. You know, there are two motivators in life. There are two ways in life that can motivate you to change. Okay, what are the two motivators to change? Pain and pleasure. For most people, pain is the greatest motivator of all. When we feel pain, that motivates us. I mean, think about it. How many people do you know that get divorced and get a glow up, right? Get divorced, all of a sudden they lost 40 pounds, cut their hair, looking hot, right? Got a new wardrobe, looking pretty fine, right? Pain. What's funny is that as they rise, they will only be able to go so high because they're going to hit a point where they top out. They can't get any higher because this is as high as they've ever been. To get to that next point, they would have to push past this level of discomfort to go to that next point, and most people won't. When most people get to this point, they usually fuck their lives up so much so that they have to fall back down, hit that pain point again, and they get motivated all over again. It becomes a vicious cycle. Most people don't understand that, yes, pain is a great motivator, but you know what else is a wonderful motivator? Pleasure. I myself am planning on taking my family on a 2-week trip to Europe next week. I wish it was next week. Shit. Next year. And so every single day when I get up and I have all these things I have to do that I don't necessarily want to do, but then I remember those things are what is going to get me to Europe. Bet your ass I get up and get it done because that pleasure is motivating the hell out of me to go. Make that money, do what you got to do. Get it out, girl, you know? And so, yeah, you know, pleasure can be very much a motivator. Very much. Think about it. How many times have people done something for sex? Pleasure is a great motivator. And so that's the biggest thing here. The first thing is that the two of you need to have a little bit more fun this month. This is a very direct message for you and your twin to try to find some fun and try to enjoy. Focus less on the negative and find more moments to enjoy each other and have fun and be playful. Laugh. You're not laughing enough. The other message here is about power for your twins. It says you instinctively know what is right for you and you have the power to walk away or say no at any time. And so, while I think this is definitely about having fun and being playful, they're also saying, you know, over here with you with children, there is still that little air of immaturity. And so a lot of times children make us lose our power. How many times, raise your hand if you have a child have you ever argued with a 3-year-old? Whose fault was that? I'm serious. If you're arguing with a 3-year-old, whose fault is that? Is that the 3-year-old's fault or is that your fault? Because you know who is not going to win this argument? You're never going to win an argument with a 3-year-old. You can't rationalize with a 3-year-old, can you? There is no such thing as rationalizing with a 3-year-old. You're always going to lose this argument. The same thing. If you're being a little bit immature and you're having arguments with them that are just unnecessary, you're starting arguments for the sake of starting arguments, they are giving their power away to you by indulging these arguments. And this gets to be the point where I get the feeling they're going to be like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not arguing with you. And so that could be what this pleasure comes from, this playfulness comes from. They're like, you know what, let's redirect this. So it could be that they are a little tired of you acting childish. They should try to redirect the situation to get you to have fun, to get you to enjoy. And the trick here, Taurus, is to catch that, to realize, oh, I'm supposed to be having fun now, not to keep pushing your luck, not to keep wearing them down, because if you wear them down, they're going to take their power back and they're going to walk away and they're going to say no. Okay. They're trying to tell you, I would rather not argue with you. Please, let's have some fun. Quit acting like a child. Let's have some fun. Act like a child in the way that counts. Okay, Taurus? Have fun. All right. So let's see. What is the shadow? What is the core issue getting between you and your twin this month? Let's go to Souls on Fire Tarot. Here we go, Tarot. Here we go, Taurus. Angels, ancestors, guardians, and guides. Messages, please, for Taurus and their twin flame for this Virgo season. What does Taurus need to know about the core issue between them and their twin, and what can they do to help resolve that problem? All right. So what is the core issue coming between Taurus and their twin flame this Virgo season? The Page of Wands. So, you know, that is... basically, you're on your path wanting it your way, and they are on their path wanting it their way, and you both are focused on your own separate paths. And so the other thing, pages are known for being a little bit immature. And so what I'm hearing here is there is some definite immaturity from one or both of you. I'm going to lean a little bit towards you, Taurus, only because this came out. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. You know what you did. I said what I said. Taurus, I can already feel those, like, I can feel you growling at me. Okay, back to it. What's happening here is, one, there is definitely a little bit of immaturity probably coming on your path. And then from their side, they are probably focusing on having they want to have fun. And the thing is sometimes while fun can be great, fun can also be, can take you off a little course. I'm going to use myself as an example. When I was like 21, I'd say, yeah, probably 21. I didn't care about much in life except going out to the club every weekend. Like I went to the club like Wednesday through Saturday, that was like 5 nights a week. And I was there for like 10 p.m. to 3 in the morning. So, that's like 5 hours a night. That's like 20 hours a week I was spending in the club, All I cared about was going out and having fun. Fun was the name of my game. I was living pleasure at that point. To the detriment of my other responsibilities. That fun overrode paying my bills and overrode being responsible and all the things that you should be doing, So that's kind of the point here. Your twin, that could be the shadow getting between them. They're out focusing on their new path, trying to focus on seeking their own pleasure, about reclaiming their power. And you see how they have their back to you. That's the thing. They're looking at their own pleasure and they're not focusing on you. So there is a little bit of maturity on both of your sides. And there is such a thing as too much fun is too much of a good thing. You know what I mean? Too much of a good thing is too much. And that's kind of their issue. So advice for you, Taurus. Advice for Taurus. What does Taurus need to know? Advice for Taurus about their twin flame relationship, please, Spirit. For Virgo season, what does Taurus need to know about their twin flame relationship, please, Spirit? Thank you. Ooh, juicy there. Look at that 3 of Swords. This is a broken heart. This is grief, loss, and disappointment, broken heart. So, the advice could be to heal your broken heart. When we're asking about advice, this is not saying you're going to get a broken heart. Okay, this is the advice for you. What you should do is to focus on. Perhaps some of this immaturity is that there are parts of yourself, your shadow, that you have not dealt with. It could be even from your childhood, your shadow from your childhood, something that broke your heart, something that really hurt you, something that you have yet to address from your childhood that you need to clean up, that you need to heal, that you need to integrate and deal with. It feels like this could be a little bit of shadow work here this month, Taurus. But whatever this is, whatever this broken heart energy is that you have, Taurus, this is the month that you need to be working on cleaning this up, dealing with it, healing it. Do the work. I swear to God, as always, the elements always have the same messages, and you and Capricorn and Virgo all have the same message, more or less. Messages, this is literally the month. Whether you want to or not, it's coming to a head. You will have a mirror held up right in front of you and go, here is the work, now do it. There's going to be a big mirror held up right to your face, and whether you want to or not, you're going to know exactly what it means. When we say it's time to do the work, you're going to know what that work is, and you're going to have to. You're not going to have a choice. Before this season is up, you're going to be head on in your own shadow, your own grief, your own loss, your own disappointment. That is a beautiful thing, because as you heal these shadows, as you integrate them, as you feel them, as you release them, as you surrender them, you make room and space now for new light to come flooding in and pouring in and filling in all those shadows and cracks and flooding it with that bright, beautiful light of love. Okay? So give yourself a chance to let love pour in by letting go of the heartbreak, grief, loss, and disappointment you've been holding on to for way too long, probably even since childhood. All right? All right, final card. What will help Taurus and their twin flame move from the shadow into the light? What will help Taurus and their twin flame move from the shadow to the light this Virgo season? funny. I said, move from the shadow to the light. What do we get? The moon. And so what did I say? This is time for you to look at your subconscious, to look at the things you have not looked at, to identify those parts of yourself that are hurt, that are broken. You're not broken. Nothing about you is broken. But what parts of your shadow are coming up? The reason why they're bubbling up to the surface right now is because they want you to deal with them. You've been putting them off for far too long, Taurus. Taurus, I love you, but you are stubborn and you have a tendency to compartmentalize. You will deal with it when you want to. Whether you want to or not, time has come. And unless you focus on you and you do the work, remember the thing about the twin flame is that a lot of people always think this is about the relationship. It's never about the relationship. It's about the relationship holding a mirror up to you so you can do the work on you. This is what this has always been about. See how she's looking at her reflection in the pond there? This is about you looking at your own reflection and figuring out where is the shadow shining the light in the darkness, the moon, and finding these pieces of you that you've lost and bringing them back, reintegrating all aspects of yourself. That's what this is. As you do the work, discovering your path, maturing yourself, healing whatever parts of yourself were hurt during your childhood, returning to joy. Because the thing is I feel like you're probably holding on to so much hurt and pain, even subconsciously, that having pleasure is difficult. And because having pleasure is difficult, you have a tendency probably to throw childlike tantrums that leaves the other person feeling powerless, leaves your twin feeling powerless. So in order for this relationship to take back its power, in order for this relationship to heal, in order for this relationship to transform and to have to be playful and enjoyable, the first thing you're going to have to do is the work, Taurus. The time has come. You can't put it off any longer. All right. Okay, Taurus, I hope that you found this enjoyable. If you did, please be sure to give me a big thumbs up, share, like, subscribe. And I hope I get to see you next month for Libra season. And until I see you again, love you, Taurus. You'll stay happy, healthy, safe, and blessed.